All right, what's up, everybody? It's been a while since I did one of these, but today we're going to do a quarterback breakdown on the biggest thing in college football right now, which is Lamar Jackson. He's had 18 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in the first 3 games. They just beat Florida State 63-20. So right now, all roads point to Lamar Jackson is winning the Heisman and taking Louisville to a big game here in January. So wanted to do a quarterback breakdown on him and just figure out where is he getting all this power from when he's going through the throw. So what we can see here is as he steps and throws, and it's kind of a unique throwing release here. What he does, the thing that he doesn't do that's not unique and it's not really good, is he ends up extending a ton of that front knee as he's coming through, and he's producing force here, as you can see there. But what he does do a good job of, and I have another angle where you can see a little bit better, but when he goes and he steps, he does a really good job of keeping most of his weight back onto his back leg, which a lot of times when we get these big time knee extenders with the front leg, they usually have a tendency of getting most of their weight shifted to the front leg when they step, but Lamar does a good job of keeping his weight back, and then he holds that there, holds his weight kind of in more of a back position, just generates a ton of force from the outside part of his left hip through his back, so lower back, through the middle, up to the right shoulder. He's just generating a ton of torque here as he's corking and releasing. You can see how that ends up really firing through. So part of what Lamar does that separates him is that his body or his muscles have the ability to expand and contract at a very, very high rate. That makes him what's so fast about him. And it also makes it so he's very, very powerful. So the average person, I don't think, would get away with the mechanics that Lamar is using because they don't have the genetic makeup that he has. So muscle-wise, he is able to achieve using the front leg as his primary mover during the throw rather than his back leg because of how much force he's able to generate in that front leg. Another thing too is, like I said, when he steps, he does a good job of stepping and keeping his weight back. So you can see he's landed here and most of his weight looks about even, and then as he comes forward, he never ends up over shifting his weight forward. You can see his hips are nice and locked in. So again, he's using a ton of force out of that left hip when he's producing, when he's throwing. It's really interesting. It shows, I mean, he's really trying to drill it in, and it shows how much he uses that front leg where he's pushing off, and he actually gets air time in that front leg because of how hard he pushes back there, which is super interesting. Another, I mean, what he does really good is that his ball, he gets it right back, you can see with that right hand, back and forward right away, and that shoulder socket is he has a lot of mobility in that shoulder and a lot of ability to, again, stretch and contract. That's going to be his biggest thing, is his most unique attribute is being able to expand or stretch in that muscle and then contract and shorten at such a high frequency that he has that quick release and a lot of power. So you know, if you're wanting to replicate this, you'd really have to train that stretch shortening cycle to be as effective as possible. So as you continue to watch Lamar Jackson over the year, watch how often he ends up cutting with his left leg. I think that because of how much torque he generates out of his left leg, that's much more of his stable leg. So you could see his primary cut here is on that left leg, where he's using all of his torque when he throws. And then he doesn't do as good of a job getting around with that right leg. So not a very good step there, but then again, left leg gets a lot of power. So he actually has the unique skill set or muscle activation where his left leg is his power leg, where most right-handed throwers, their right leg is where they need to be producing force. So that's where he's getting most of his power from, and it'll be excited to keep on watching him during the year. Thanks for watching.